What if Mufasa had a will? What if Darth Vader had a trust? And what exactly did Harry Potter's parents leave behind? If you've ever wondered about the legacy lessons hiding inside your favorite movies, welcome to 82 Toothpicks, a podcast from the Heisinger Law Firm. We believe every movie is an estate planning movie. You just have to know where to look. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's talk about the movie. Welcome back to a special episode of 82 Toothpicks. We are joined today by two very special people.
Hi.
Jason and Alyssa. Jason is our oldest son, and Alyssa is his girlfriend. Welcome to 82 Toothpicks.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us.
Jason is also our sound editor, so this is the first time we're pulling him in front of the microphone instead of behind the scenes.
I probably shouldn't have taken this long to get here, if we're being honest. But, you know.
You were a long ways away.
That's true.
For college.
Like 1,400 something miles or something.
Something like that.
It's a lot of miles.
What are we talking about today, guys? What movie did we watch?
We watched Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
We did. That was Jason's request. It's his favorite.
Yep. That one and its sequel.
You bet.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one too, probably.
Yeah. Hopefully.
You guys had all seen this one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably multiple times.
I have seen this one now 37 times. I'm not joking. I went back and counted because I was curious, and I counted every time I could remember. And so I've probably forgotten some, but I've seen it a bunch of times because I love it.
I think this is my third time seeing it.
Okay. This was my first watch through, so I am definitely the newbie of the group on this movie. But
Fresh perspective will be interesting.
yeah.
This was my second time seeing it. I'd only seen it once.
Okay.
Once before.
Where had you seen it that I didn't?
I watched it
Probably
probably
on the
while you were
airplane.
taking a nap
Yeah, that could be.
Oh, taking a nap too. That's
Sunday
possible.
afternoon.
I do that sometimes.
We love our Sunday naps.
Naps are nice.
This movie came out in 2018.
I was going to say 17.
I
Let me
thought
look
it
it
was
up.
19.
There we go. We got it bracketed.
Somewhere
Cool.
in there.
All right, place your bets.
Let's look. Over under 2018.
How long
All
into a
right.
podcast can we get before pulling out IMDb?
When did... Actually, let me just pull up the IMDb page for Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yep.
While Jason does that, what'd you think overall?
I really liked it. I thought the different art styles mixed together, the different animation styles were really great. And I'm going to say it's difficult for a movie to have a multiverse storyline without it just getting super weird at some point.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like this one devolved into we're being weird for the sake of weird. And I think a lot of multiverse interdimensional movies have some point where it's like things just got totally unhinged for a few minutes there and we lost the plot.
Yeah. No, that'll happen.
And this one did not.
Totally unhinged. Yeah, that's legit.
The only mildly weird thing about this movie is Spider-Ham. So
That's true.
He carries it. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't say he carries it, but you know.
What did you find out?
You were right. It was 2018.
Ah, nice.
Dang.
Pardon me. We have reached the point in the year where Ethan's allergies are brutal.
Yeah.
It's allergy season.
Yippee.
Yeah. Allergy season in Iowa is like April through November, so
A good half the year.
We love allergies.
Yeah.
We don't love allergies.
I think part of what made the multiverse aspect of this movie successful is the fact that it's animated.
Oh, absolutely. The
Yeah,
animation
that can be-
absolutely helped.
The glitches
Mm.
made
Yeah.
sense. Like you couldn't do a glitch like that and communicate the same thing in
Yeah.
a
At least not
in a
as
live
well.
action kind of
It
movie,
wouldn't
right?
look the same. It would end up feeling more like, I don't know if you watched the Moon Knight show, but whenever he would do the switches between wherever he was, and for sure that first episode, and he would grab his head, that's what it would more feel like. Is just more like they were having an aneurysm. You couldn't get the cool, like weird interdimensional.
There wouldn't be the visual
look.
of their
body falling apart.
glitching.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what made it successful. Is you weren't trying to get your head around the human experience of it. You were just watching and seeing the visual.
Yeah.
I also think something else that really helps is a lot of the Spider-Man character translates across different versions of the character because a part of what Spider-Man was designed to be in the first place. And so you can get all these variations of Spider-Man, and it doesn't feel weird because that's just what Spider-Man was designed to be. He was designed to be able to be carried by whoever, right? Like part of the whole shtick of this movie is the idea anyone can wear the mask.
Yeah.
And so I think that really helps carry that multiverse idea because you can have anyone under the mask and it can work all of the time because everyone will interpret Spider-Man a little differently.
Yeah, that's really true. Okay. So who's your favorite version of Spider-Man?
So unfortunately, my actual favorite version of Spider-Man does not debut in this movie. He debuts in the next one. But my favorite one from this movie out of the main 6 or 7. I'm going to list them just so we're all aware of them again. It's Miles Morales Spider-Man. He's our main character. There's Peter B. Parker, who is a middle-aged, like, divorced Spider-Man. There's Spider-Woman, played by Gwen Stacy. So it's a female variation of Spider-Man. There is Spider-Ham, who is a cartoon pig. There is Spider-Man Noir, who is a 1930s black and white, like detective kind of vibe.
Noir, exactly what that suggests. Yeah.
And then I don't remember her spider identity, but Penny Parker Spider-Man, who is this.
That's the anime.
Yeah, it's an anime-inspired mecha, like girl in a robot suit. Kind of Spider-Man.
We do also briefly meet
Peter Parker, the Spider-Man
original
from
Peter Parker.
Yep, from that universe.
From that
he
particular.
is a very blonde Spider-Man.
And he dies at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he gets killed by our antagonist.
Yep, or one of them.
One of the antagonists,
R.I.P.
since, there's a lot of them when you're Spider-Man.
Yes.
But out of those, my favorite is probably Spider-Man Noir. I think his whole shtick of not understanding color is really funny, and laying on the couch trying to figure out what a Rubik's Cube is and how to solve it will forever crack me up. And also one of the first lines you hear from him is wherever I go, the wind follows and the wind smells like rain. And that whole idea is just incredibly funny.
Yeah, that scene comes up because he appears in
a basement, the basement of a shed that they're using for Spider-Man's secret base, and he's
he's underground, and his cloak is billowing behind him, or his trench coat, and Peter B. Parker says,
"Where's the wind
coming from? We're in a basement." I like that scene very much.
That scene is very funny.
Alyssa, who's your favorite version of Spider-Man?
I would have to say probably Peter B. Parker. He's
very funny.
He's very funny, and his storyline is really good as well.
Yeah,
how
he had the most backstory of.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's kind of. I mean, I know Miles is the main character of this story because it's showing him and how he becomes Spider-Man.
Yep.
But I think Peter B. Parker is also. If there was a second main character, it would be him.
Yeah, for sure.
The shtick of this movie is your main character is Spider-Man, but when you have 6 of them, which Spider-Man is actually our main character? It's kind of all of them. Like, it's centered around Miles because it's Miles' universe, but the main character is Spider-Man. That's whose name is on the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of them are in some way the main character. And in the sequel movie, Across the Spider-Verse, it switches from Peter B. Parker being your almost secondary main to Spider-Gwen being your secondary main. And so you get a lot of those backstories that you didn't get in this movie in that one.
Ethan, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
I mean, I was actually gonna say Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah. There's less options in this movie than there's in the sequel because there's only a few. But
yeah, and I haven't seen the sequel, so that'll be fun to watch the second one. And then the third one is soonish.
The third one comes out in June of 2027,
Right,
supposedly.
So soonish. I mean, that's a year, but in Marvel terms, that's
Relatively soon.
not very far.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
it's not technically Marvel.
We do have a Spider-Man movie that did drop in today. In fact,
interestingly,
brand new day opened its doors tonight. So
Stay off the internet until you see it.
that's right.
It is going to be one of those, definitely.
Yeah.
I have heard good things.
I also have heard good things.
I
I'm
have
very
heard
excited for it.
nothing.
just in terms of reviews and stuff.
Okay.
I like nothing about the story. Just
Yeah,
people like it.
Alyssa's going in completely blind with no context for any of it,
I haven't even seen the trailers.
and so that's
But
going to be
have
interesting.
you seen the other Spider-Man
Yes.
movies? Okay, of
course.
Then you
Yeah,
have at
of
least have
course.
context for the characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So Spider Noir. I mean, I like Miles. I think
He's such a good MC.
I think his it's a unique take on Spider-Man, and they all are, right?
Yeah.
Gwen is a unique take. Penny is a unique, like they all are. But in terms of what Miles represents after Peter Parker dies in the main universe, so
When
to speak, of
he
this
has
film,
to step in to be
Yeah.
Spider-Man, and he has to learn
was
how to
a-
take on that mantle.
he has to make it his own.
I was going to say it was a great way to do I'm going to say the classic Spider-Man. Part of the thing we all go back to the different versions of Spider-Man for is the interest of watching this teenage kid figure out how to use superpowers.
How to have
right?
powers, what that means to him.
Yeah.
The like that his suit is black.
Yeah.
I think is really, really like it's a different look, and that
very
his
cool.
powers are he can turn invisible and he
has all these
use
additional
electricity,
powers.
and those go along with the walking up walls, and hanging from the ceiling, and swinging on web.
He almost has like a different species of spider bite him, and he gets different powers because of it.
Right.
That's not really what happens, but that's the
It's
effect
it's what it
giving.
feels
Yeah.
like, right? And so I like the difference that he represents in the character, in the main universe,
Right.
whatever that means.
Yeah.
So
He's a good
if I
character.
was going to pick my favorite, I would pick Spider Noir. But in terms of how this movie went, I think Miles is really cool. I think it's a fun character.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you?
I also probably would pick Spider-Man Noir. I just like that time period. He's
Yeah.
a very
That's fair.
I mean, and it's Nick Cage. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Nick Cage is
Cannot
just
go wrong with Nick
fantastic.
Yeah.
Cage.
But I also my knowledge of this movie was that Spider-Gwen was everywhere on all of the T-shirts and all of the.
She
And
plays a huge part in the second movie, and
Actually,
I do
think
want to actually
that's.
give a little bit of context to that.
I actually think that's fair. I thought she was a really good character, really fun interpretation of the Spider-Man also.
So
The fact that she wore dance shoes and
Yeah.
did flips
I
everywhere.
I like the
was
way
a
she
fun.
foils, like where she's a foil off of Peter B. Parker.
Yeah.
Right? They both are Miles' mentor a little bit.
Yeah.
And they kind of know it because they talk to each other every once in a while. Like,
Right.
we taught him that, right?
Almost like
I
parents.
didn't teach him that.
You definitely didn't teach him that.
He didn't get that from you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree. I think she brings something interesting to
Yeah.
the mentee-mentor relationship
Yeah.
there.
And so often when they bring in a female version of a character, I'm thinking like Batgirl or Catwoman or Supergirl or even some of the
Wonder Woman.
Marvel female superheroes,
Oh, yeah.
they're either
Black Widow, Scarlet Witch.
they tend to be one, over sexualized, and two, with superhero traits that make them more masculine.
Yeah.
And they did neither one of those with Spider-Gwen, and I appreciate that her additional skills were very feminine without her being like the sex symbol of the movie.
And they also
I thought that was a nice line that they walked on that character.
And they also did a good job of not making her like ditzy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times they'll dumb down the female characters and just kind of make them, oh, it's just this and this and this.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, she was still fully there and contributing.
Like
and,
Miss Marvel is very much that way.
Yes.
Like this.
Or She-Hulk.
Yeah. Why are we this way?
Why did we dumb down these women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of not their shtick. One of the other things, I don't remember how much they played through it in the first one, but one of my favorite things with Spider-Gwen is her entire balance comes from music, and her entire centering comes from music to a point. I know it's a really big thing in the second movie, but part of how she aligns herself with moving through the world as Spider-Man is through drums and through the circling and tricks of drumsticks. She feels those rhythms and uses that to sync herself up, and she uses that, and that's symbolized a lot more in the first movie with her ballet shoes.
Yeah.
They kind of tease it too, because she plays drums, and there's a scene where she's on a drum set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, really interesting that they really play into the music side of it for her, and I like that a lot, being a drummer myself.
Cool. How about villains? Talk about the villains in this movie, because
so the villains
some of them were new to me.
Yeah. So the Prowler is so the main kind of villains. We have the Prowler, we have the Scorpion, we have Green Goblin, we have Kingpin. Am I missing
and
anyone?
Doc Ock?
Oh, and Doc Ock.
So wasn't there a
Did you say the Prowler?
crocodile guy?
Oh, yes.
The gator guy?
No, that was the Green Goblin, I thought.
Okay, that could be. I just That's why I say some of them were new to me, and I think there was a crocodile guy that was.
There's interpretations of the character that make it feel very different. So Green Goblin in this universe is not the suit and mask on a glider. He is
mechanical.
He is this giant monster with these bat wings and this snarling face, and he's just this giant hulking brute of a character. And Kingpin is less of the mob boss kind of feel and more of this really big, muscular, giant square of a man. Quite literally, he is drawn very squarely.
Almost cubic. We talked about that when we were watching it last time.
And
Which is especially interesting because really most of the animation, even if it's in different styles, like the people look like people. They're not cartoonishly shaped.
Yeah. Except for the villains. The villains outside of, I think, Doc Ock are all very, very like people shaped.
Yeah.
And like the villains are all very cartoony in feel, right?
Yeah.
Our main villain, Kingpin, is just a square, right? And it's hard to sometimes differentiate from it's kind of the way they draw the line between the villains and the heroes is the villains all feel this almost forced, unrecognizable kind of feel. And so like with the Scorpion, normally he just has this giant mechanical tail he uses as part of his suit, but he in this movie is an amputee and replaced his legs and lower half with a robotic scorpion.
Yeah.
And so he feels really, really jarring and out of place. And then Doc Ock is a female character in this movie. Mm-hmm. And
I liked that change. I thought that was really effective.
I feel like it helps balance out all of the other aggressive changes is you shift her to that. And instead of having these like, I'm going to say almost crunchy kind of technical arms that Doc Ock has in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, because he's got these really
big,
chunky,
clunky,
like mechanical arms. She has these almost straw-like tubes, like the bend in a straw.
They're very fluid.
Very, very flexible.
And they move so easily, and it gives a really nice change of pace to Doc Ock, and she plays into the genius of Doc Ock as much, too.
It also separates her more from the other
really
boxy,
mechanical,
blocky
villains. And it feels like she's almost more of the brain behind the operation because she's so fluid and so different. It pulls her away from them. And then the Prowler is our final villain, kind of one of the core, like, main character, kind of like main side characters, I'm going to say. The Prowler is, you find out partway through that Miles' uncle is the Prowler, and he's this almost cat-like character whose whole shtick is he's the hunter hunting whatever down, prowling through the night trying to get to the person, and he's got these big mechanical claws and this full purple suit and purple and black cape and this very dark kind of hide in the shadows kind of vibe.
Yeah. He has his boots.
Yes.
Not flight really, but they're like anti-gravity kind of.
Yeah, they're I think it's magnetic, and so he like uses them to stick to walls through like the metal and all that.
Yeah, it also lets him, like, he hovers sometimes, like he can float up.
Yeah, it's got like some jet propulsion something for a short amount of time. And then he has a motorcycle because, you know, every good villain squad needs the guy on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Was there anything that stuck out to you about the bad guys?
Oh, yeah. It actually made me really sad that Prowler ended up being his uncle, because that was such a great relationship for Miles in the beginning of the movie. And I mean, you see it coming, like when his uncle disappears and then there's all these villains and that kind of thing. But it still was like, that just, the one guy he felt like was really for him in his life ends up being the.
Yeah.
So that was too bad.
On top of that.
But I mean, it makes a good story element.
Yeah. On top of that, you have the already expected death of someone close to Spider-Man, because that's part of Spider-Man's whole thing. Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. For Tom Holland, it was Aunt May instead of Uncle Ben. And so when Spider-Man dies, you expect that to be his with great power comes great responsibility moment. And then it's not. And that's his catalyst to really like try and take the Spider-Man mantle. But the real thing that pushes him to take hold of his powers instead of just taking on the mantle is the death of his uncle and him realizing he has to be the one to control his powers. He can't wait for someone else to tell him how to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. As far as likable, I thought Doc Ock was the most likable villain.
Yeah.
I actually found it somewhat distracting that Kingpin was so square.
Yeah.
He was like
just jarring every time he was on screen.
Why are you the way
why
that
do you
are?
look like that?
Why are you a square and why are you 13 feet tall? Oh my word, how do you fit through a door?
And he, like, they actually told part of his, I'm going to say,
origin story.
His, they gave us his why, which was nice, but it was less compelling somehow because he was such an odd shape that I'm watching his.
It made it harder to
watch. His really quite lovely wife.
His wife and son leave because he's acting evil, and I'm like, how can you meet this square hulk of a man and not just assume that he's a supervillain?
Like, why did you stay in the first place?
He's so
why did it take this?
What about him doesn't scream evil? Are you kidding?
So he was probably the one that took me out of the plot the most, but
that's fair.
So one thing I think I've found interesting over the last, I don't even know how many years, probably 15 years, maybe longer, is Marvel's, or at least the Marvel stories that are being told in film.
Yeah.
And on like Disney Plus or Netflix originally, their use of Kingpin. Because he was not a villain I knew anything about from any Marvel story, Spider-Man, Daredevil, anything, until the original Daredevil show. The
Daredevil show came out on Netflix in 2014.
There you go. So it's been 12 years.
Yeah.
And I loved that show. And Daredevil
he's such a good villain for Daredevil.
Right. Daredevil is one of my favorite Marvel characters. But Kingpin as a villain I didn't know anything about him until that show. And now he has been in so many things.
Yeah, he's been in Hawkeye. He's been very briefly, he showed up in...
Excuse me.
Spider-Man, I think, in the third one, they showed his face for a moment.
Yes.
He's played a really major part through all of the Daredevil stuff. So
Yeah, because he's kind of Daredevil's main villain.
He's the main antagonist for seasons 1 and 3 of the original Daredevil show. And in Born Again, he is the main villain for both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Was he as square in any of that?
He is not, but he is as bald.
Yeah, Kingpin is just very bald.
He needs to pick a problem. How are you going to be bold
he
and
kind
square?
He kind of gives neo-Nazi styling in a way with his skinhead sort of look, but then he's very right upper class in terms of wealth. So more along the lines of a Lex Luthor kind of character.
Yeah, kind of.
Except his
he seems to not generally be the one who does the fighting. He has his
but he
uses
does
his money to find people who do the fighting.
He does still have enough of a brute strength to him that even if he does have to do the fighting,
he had a little bit of fight.
He will do that himself.
That he was throwing taxis and stuff.
Yeah, but it's very
as one does.
You know,
I mean, just casually.
When you're that square, you've got to be able to throw a taxi. Like, come on.
True. They're like your brethren.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, I find that interesting that Kingpin has had such a major role to play in some of the recent Marvel stuff.
Yeah, it is super interesting. I thought it was really interesting the role he played for the Hawkeye show, being basically the main antagonist for that show was very interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know if I ever saw that one either.
That's one you'll have to watch at Christmas because that is a Christmas show.
I have heard that.
It is.
Is it actually a Christmas show, or is it Christmas in the way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
I think it's Christmas in the way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
The way that
I can be
Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie.
I can be okay with that too.
Correct.
But
they're fun to watch at Christmas.
The way that Harry Potter is a Christmas movie.
There's no.
They
Christmas
actually do
theme.
watch it for Christmas in England.
Yeah,
that's fair. We watched it for Christmas this year.
Amber, did you make a game for us today?
I did make a game.
Yay, game time.
All right.
It's game time. Burr, burr, burr.
Okay, there's always this debate on here when we do trivia-based games. Do we want to use the buzzer and see who can answer the fastest? Or do we want to just go around the circle and I can ask you questions and see if you know your question?
I vote go around the circle because nobody's going to beat out Jason.
I mean,
and it's just going to be you and Jason.
Yeah. Specifically with this movie and its sequel movie, like.
Well, this isn't trivia about this movie. This is generally.
Was it general Spider-Man trivia?
No, this is general comics trivia because I thought this one pulls in.
I might not be good at this.
I made sure they were like I could get some of these questions. So, because I know we're not big comic book readers, but with the different styles that they pulled in Spider-Man from, I thought general comics trivia kind of fit this.
And that was sort of the basis of the movie, right? Because every time you see a new Spider-Man, there's another comic book that falls on the table.
Let's do this one last time.
Right.
Yeah.
My name is
20 times.
Just wait for the sequel.
And I might not do all of these because there's actually a lot. It's pretty heavy on DC.
Yeah, that's because DC's main thing is comics, while Marvel's main thing is become movies and shows.
All right, Ethan.
Hit me.
Maybe don't.
She's all the way over there. She can't reach.
Was that a short joke?
Which superhero made his first appearance in Action Comics #1 in 1938?
Superman.
Yeah. It's kind of the original superhero comic.
I was going to ask if this was DC Umbrella.
I was
going to
say, I was like, wait a second.
that changes the answer because Captain America also released for the first time in 1938, but under a different umbrella.
Which is why
this is the specific comic book was Action Comics #1.
Huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
Jason, what does DC stand for?
Oh, something comics. I have no idea.
Anybody know?
I've got nothing.
I would have actually known this one. DC is Detective Comics.
Oh, I never would have gotten detective, but that makes sense because, Batman, detective.
Yeah.
Flash, his whole shtick is forensics.
Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Was DC.
Yep.
That's a good point.
DC is much more detective feel.
Yeah. There you go. That's why.
Yeah.
All right, Alyssa. This one's a stumper.
Oh, gosh.
What is Spider-Man's real name?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Which one?
Which Spider-Man? Peter Parker.
Yes.
Second guessing myself.
There are
Tony
multiple
Stark.
answers from this movie that you could give, but
True.
Tony Stark.
all right. Since I gave you that other first question, true or false, Superman could fly in his very first comic appearance.
False.
It is false.
Excuse me. False.
Originally, he could only
Allergies.
leap great distances.
I do remember that
He
Interesting.
can
actually.
leap tall buildings in a single bound.
That was in the original.
Faster than a speeding bullet.
Was that in the original Superman song? Because there was a song that
There
came out
was.
for the first Superman movie.
Yeah, I don't remember that. What the song was, but I remember there being one. Jason, which superhero was known as the Caped Crusader?
Is that Batman?
It is Batman.
Nicely done.
Show me Batman.
What is Batman?
Who is Batman?
Alyssa, which superhero carries a shield made of the fictional metal vibranium?
I'm going to guess Captain America.
That is correct.
That way. That metal actually does change the answer greatly because there's like 9 shield wielding heroes. So I was like, oh, which medal are we going to get today?
Ethan, what is Wonder Woman's homeland called?
Oh, shoot. She's an Amazon.
Yeah.
I know this.
I do too. I'm
Like
going to
it's-
hear it and I'm going to kick myself.
It's tickling in the back of my brain. I don't know.
Is it Amazonia?
It is Themyscira,
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
Never mind.
otherwise
that.
known as Paradise Island.
That's
That's-
what I was
yeah.
thinking.
Dang it. I would have taken either one because Themyscira is a little bit.
Gesundheit. It sounds like
Yeah.
some form of pain med.
Which comic book company publishes the X-Men?
That's Marvel.
Yep.
X-Men is Marvel.
X-Men is Marvel.
Correct.
We're getting a new X-Men movie in 2028.
Yeah.
I had
Oh,
heard
true.
that.
I did see that.
Yeah.
The X-Men are also in Doomsday.
Yep. I'm very excited for the new X-Men movies. They've got a really good lineup of actors that they've greenlit so far.
Nice.
Nice.
Alyssa, what is the name of Thor's enchanted hammer?
Jonathan?
I was going to say that. The Mjolnir.
Yes.
Mjolnir?
I'm sorry. Is your name Alyssa?
Mjolnir.
Ethan, what is Aquaman's real first name?
I have no idea.
I just thought his name was Aquaman. Aqua.
I have no idea.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why he calls himself
I got the
Aquaman,
first
because that's better.
Jason, which Marvel superhero is known as the Merc with a Mouth?
The Merc with a mouth is Deadpool.
Yes.
I have never heard that.
Mercenary Merc.
I've still never heard that.
That's I mean that's,
a mouth.
uh,
He was given that title by J. Jonah Jameson.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
he's a mess.
Spider-Man.
Alyssa,
Mhm.
what is the name of the African nation ruled by the Black Panther?
Wakanda.
That is correct.
Also a town.
Bombay.
Got it.
Also a town in South Dakota.
All right.
Huh.
Then it gave me
Oh,
a
you
lightning
did-
round.
you did
So
say
this
that.
is answer as fast as you can, and I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
Superman is from what planet?
Krypton.
What is Batman's hometown? Jason.
Oh, that's me. I thought we were doing a bunch to
Nope,
one person.
I'm going around.
It is Gotham.
Spider-Man was bitten by what kind of animal?
Spider.
Specifically a radioactive one. Ethan, Wolverine's metal skeleton is made of?
Adamantium.
Jason, who says with great power comes great responsibility?
That would be Uncle Ben.
Alyssa, what is the Joker's arch enemy?
Batman.
Yes. Which superhero is also known as the Scarlet Speedster?
The Flash.
Yep.
Which newspaper does Clark Kent work for?
The Daily Planet.
Yes. And which superhero can shrink to the size of an insect?
Ant-Man.
And the Wasp.
The end. I did skip the what shape is Captain America's shield because that one seemed a little.
Also changes by context of movie because he
Round.
has a round shield, and
Circular.
he also, when he's on stage, has a very shield-shaped shield.
Yes, he does.
It's kind of awesome.
In
I
the-
love his shield-shaped shield.
In the musical. That was a moment in time at Disneyland that
Did they actually put
they
that
did.
musical on?
They
Oh,
did,
my
and-
word.
like I have
That's amazing.
I have reverse FOMO. Like I missed it and am angry about it because that was it was just iconic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, there you go.
Cool. Thanks for the game.
I didn't keep score, but
Good game.
it was just kind of.
Yeah,
GGs.
trivia is fun.
I think we had 2 hard questions we missed.
Yeah. That one wasn't as obscure as sometimes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I should have done. I should have known Paradise Island, but that's okay.
It's okay. We're not DC people. This is a Spider-Man podcast.
True story.
Get Batman out of here.
Is a Spider-Man podcast.
All right. For all the non-lawyers in the room, why is this movie an estate planning movie?
Because everybody dies.
Because the entire movie, as I was saying earlier, is based around the legacy of Spider-Man. And it's built on the legacy of Spider-Man, what Spider-Man stands for,
Say more about that.
what it means to be Spider-Man.
Oh, that's a good way of saying it.
Yeah.
What it means to be Spider-Man.
The entire story and idea behind the movie is anyone can wear the mask, right? And I was talking about that earlier in the podcast. But a lot of the journey Miles goes through this movie is anyone can carry the mask, but what happens when the person who's carrying the mask doesn't feel ready? Sure. What does it mean to be ready to be Spider-Man? What does the actual burden of Spider-Man require to carry? And the thing they say is, you're never going to know. You're never going to know when you're ready. It's just a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads into one of the biggest changes for Miles is he is going to send the other Spider-Men back home. And he doesn't have control of his powers. And so like, we can't let you do this because we can't like gamble all of us dying on your failure. And they basically tie him to a chair in his dorm room.
They completely tie him to a chair. Not basically.
That's true. Well, is it tying him to a chair if it's with webs?
Yes.
Because it's not really
He's
getting
still
tied.
tied
Because it's
with
not
webs.
strung. It's just kind of stuck
maybe.
to a chair.
Yeah, fair enough.
He gets
Fastened.
plastic wrapped to a chair.
It's
Yes.
fastened to a
It's
chair.
Cellophane.
But they basically all go off to infiltrate Kingpin's lair and tower to go get to the super collider that brought them there so they can all get sent home. And Miles is sitting there and has to decide whether or not he's ready to take the leap of faith. And so while they're breaking into Kingpin's tower, he goes and takes that leap of faith and actually realizes he just needs to go for it and control his powers. And then he takes on the mantle of Spider-Man.
I think there's some other great. I mean, the Spider-Man legacy is really great, but there's some other great legacy things through the story too. I mean, we know the original Peter Parker was spurred on by the death of Uncle Ben, and it's great. With great power becomes great responsibility. But even looking at Miles, there's some interesting questions in there of the decisions we would make for our kids versus the decisions they make for themselves, and having like who has the decision-making power when was in the back of a lot of those conversations between Miles and his parents. And I think that's a thing we talk about a lot with clients, is the things that you have the power to make decisions for and when is it your responsibility. We talk a lot, you and I, about when people choose not to take responsibility for the decisions and leave their kids with to make the decisions that they should have made.
Whether it's the My Millennial Inheritance movement that's on social media right now, or there's a companion kind of thread through that talking about boomers. Like one of the stereotypes is that boomers give millennials a hard time for eating avocado toast, and that's why you can't afford to buy a house. But in reality, it's because boomers refuse to downsize, and so they're kind of hanging on to things and spending their own money stupidly by buying stuff that has no value and has no that's kind of a companion thread. That's an interesting decision making and abdicating your own decision making questions, and that's definitely a theme in this movie.
But I think Alyssa was right. There's a lot of people that die, and there's a lot of people who have their lives changed, their motivations changed, their direction in life changed by the death of someone else. And that's definitely an estate planning
There were
theme too.
2 main deaths in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Uncle Aaron and
Spider-Man. Yeah.
But they like haunted the narrative of the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But then you go back to the Spider-Man lost Uncle Ben, and the Spider-Man Gwen lost her dad and
her best friend.
And her best friend. And
how much of Spider-Man is Spider-Man because of Uncle Ben?
Saved her dad, lost her best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. But they all had some sort of, like, it seems like Jason talks about the legacy of Spider-Man. It seems like there's some impulse within the Spider-Man character that the loss of someone else is a catalyst in claiming your own story.
Yeah, I mean, to put estate planning words on it.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man, right, the mask, is in trust.
Yeah.
Who has the mask right now? Well, in this story, Spider-Man passes it to Miles in a way, right?
Verbally.
Yep.
He verbally says, Miles, you need to take on the mask.
Miles agrees to wear it, so Miles is now the trustee.
Yep.
Right?
That's true.
And so the Spider-Man-ness is a trust. It passes from character to character. And which character is holding the mask, which character is managing the trust, changes through the movie, right? Sometimes it's Gwen, and sometimes it's Peter B. Parker, and sometimes it's Penny, and right? It literally is that. It is a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And then Miles, his whole shtick through this movie after he sees Spider-Man die
is how can I carry the mask?
Yes,
or
but
how do I
fulfill my promise to carry the mask?
Yeah.
Right? Because Peter says, it's your responsibility now. Promise me you'll do
this.
Promise
me you'll shut this down.
Yeah. And he says, I promise. And then he's like, well, crap, now what?
Now all of a sudden this guy who I was probably supposed to train under, I don't have anyone to teach me.
Right.
Yep.
Got to figure it out on my own.
Insert Peter B. Parker here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That the deaths are right.
Yeah.
They changed the next person's life.
Yeah.
And that's just part of what the Spider-Man story is. Yeah. I don't think there's been a single Spider-Man story where the main point of Spider-Man has not been driven by a death.
Yeah.
Until maybe the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And then the death didn't happen until the end of the sort of trilogy.
Yeah. If that may.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
else?
I don't know. There was good stuff in there.
I really like this movie. I
Yeah.
watched it once, several years ago, and I remember liking it then too.
Yeah.
But watching it now, it was still fresh. Like it wasn't
Right.
like, oh, I remember this. I know what's going to happen. It was like, oh yeah, I remember liking this and just still being engaged in the film.
And
Yeah.
the animation is so beautiful
man,
and
it's-
clean.
It's so
and
effective.
It is.
It's
It's
really
so
good.
effective.
This movie is probably going to sit in my top 5 favorite movies till the end of time. I love this movie.
It's a good one. I'm excited to watch the second one. I'm excited
Yeah.
for the third one next year. That'll be fun.
Yep. Can hopefully do the second one next week.
Yeah. We'll have to find time to record it.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
This is good.
Yeah. Any last thoughts?
I think if we didn't touch on anything that really stuck out to me in this movie, the relationship between Miles and really both his parents, but mostly his dad.
Yeah.
There were some really beautiful moments there that we just didn't touch on. And I think we don't have to dig in deep, but I think they're a part of the movie that is worth mentioning before
You
we
gotta
stop.
say it back.
Yeah.
You gotta say I
You
love
gotta
you.
say it back.
I love you, Miles.
I think it was interesting watching his dad cope with Miles making decisions that he didn't agree with and kind of learning how to still love him and be there for him regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Welcome to parenthood.
you watch the stress of him watching Miles make decisions and also him realize he can't make every choice for his child.
Right.
And it's really interesting.
And then Miles trying to honor what his dad taught him and still be authentic to himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the end,
It goes both ways.
yeah.
It's really nice.
at the end, it's really interesting because his dad is the one who's related to Uncle Aaron. So they were brothers. And so as part of him coping with his brother's loss and remembering how close Miles was with his uncle, he basically gives Miles an entire wall to graffiti to honor his
Yeah.
uncle, which
It's
is
true.
really cool.
There were just some nice things in there that we hadn't talked about.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. That's a good way to end.
yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to 82 Toothpicks, a podcast from the Heisinger Law Firm. Every episode, we take a movie you know and love and pull out the estate planning lessons hiding inside it. If today's episode got you thinking about your own family, check out my It's Not Too Late book series for practical steps on protecting the people and the things that you care about. You'll find it, along with more resources and every past episode, at heisingerlaw.com. And if you'd like help putting a plan of your own together, the Heisinger Law Firm would be glad to hear from you. Be sure to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And remember, every movie is an estate planning movie.